Let's go ahead and get started. Clap. Let me make sure the audio levels are good. I didn't test this out fully. That seems a little loud. I'm going to turn that down just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. All right. Gasp. All right. The scene of the crime. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. All right. This is the first case. This is going to be the easy one. They're going to hand this one to us, man. This is the one that they just hand right to us. Oh, boy, am I nervous. Hey, Wright. I forgot about this. I forgot that they make your lawyer mentor the most big-chested, cleavage flaunting lady in all of the courtrooms. Oh my god. All right. Hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way that I can. I just really want to help. I owe him that much. Oh, it's over! Oh, my life! Everything! Oh, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Oh, it's... You can tell she's a good lawyer because she caught on to the hints with the evidence provided fairly quickly. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over, man. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her, man. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say... Well, they say it was you. Gasp. All right. This is like the part where they throw... This is the part where they throw in like that little like background guitar and the character in the movie introduces themselves. Hi, my name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. I love that they have the typewriter sound effects going on in there. That's so good. Yeah, Mario Keymon 99. This is gonna be blind, at least mostly blind. I played it a long time ago. And Fox, hello, man, and thank you. Jakku, listen, she does have a great mind. Actually, I remember that about her. She may have a big chest, but you know, she's got an even bigger brain. Oh man, right into the action. All right, right in the middle of court. All right, hold on. 2 seconds. All right, okay. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
You know that guy looks like he talks like that. The defense is ready too, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
You know, that's too serious for him. That's too intense for him. I'm not gonna use that one. Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, palms sweaty, knees spaghetti.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely.
Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Well, that's our good friend Larry Butts. Easy. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about and you'll do just fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what the victim's name is.
Oh, I know this one. Glad I read over the case report cover to cover so many times. It's, wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know what the victim's name is? Whoa, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, Phoenix, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often and do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case?
All right. I know she's my mentor, my chief. That's Mia Fey. Let's take a look at the case. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, 7:31, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Lady. Don't be chiefing them blunts too hard. All right. And this is my attorney badge. No one believe I was a defendant attorney if I didn't carry this around. Profiles. What do we got? Okay, so that's me, a chief attorney at Fay & Co., my boss, and a very good defense attorney. We got Larry Butts. We got Cindy Stone, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. And Winston Payne, the prosecution, generally bad at getting his points across. Of course, it's the first mission. They're going to give me, a week. I love how it's Cinder Block and Cindy Stone. That's hilarious. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was, hit with that blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
You seem much more relaxed now, too, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor?
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor, next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. All right, so weapon submitted as evidence. It is a thinker statue. I want to take a quick look at it. All right, so the statue in the shape of the thinker, it's rather heavy. Heavy enough to moidle someone with. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button and check the court record frequently. We went over this, girl. I know. You think I'm new to this? Attorney Water, right here at your service. Master of bird law. Come on. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim you had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, bud. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
All right, so we got the passport submitted as evidence by Prosecutor Payne. We're going to check that immediately. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. I'll make sure of that. Apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. All right, fine. I guess I can trust the judge. Dude. No way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, all the men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right, I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop from answering? Yeah, I love when he slaps the table. Yeah! My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oh! Ah! Oh! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die, man. I'm gonna just drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, well, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. All right, let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh, God. This is not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment the day of the murder, did you not?
Ugh.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and, maybe I didn't. Ugh, he went. What do I do? I can't have him lie. That's gonna look bad on me, man. I'll send him a signal, okay. Tell the truth. If so, that's okay. Maybe they have like this unspoken bond from when they were buddies in grade school. Yeah, I did go there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude. Ew. She wasn't home, man, so like I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies the matter. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
God, this is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Oh, I love this part. The music gets all sweet. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing from an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left a door half open behind himself. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. What? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. You hear that? All right, folks, real quick. 1 p.m., time of death between 4 and 5. We got our hole in the motherfucking testimony. Let's get in here. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. You evil piece of shit. You are getting danged on, dude. You are getting danged on. We got this. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against the testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record added to the court record. Yo, what's up, Elephantabulous? Thank you. Now, Mr. Wright. Hold on, sir. I need to glance over the evidence provided to us, the defense. We were supposed to be given copies of all of this before the case. I don't know why we weren't. I'm gonna peruse over this right now. Just give me 1 second. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6. So he claims 1. We have between 4 and 5. That all falls in the same time. There was a blackout during the murder. However, why did he say 1? Yes! Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Damn it, we're dropping frames again! Come back to us, Frames. Don't leave me. I'm literally the only motherfucking thing on the network right now, Frames. I'm the only thing on the network. Every phone, every toaster, every fridge, every coffee maker, every laptop, every computer, every Neopets Pokewalker has been disconnected from our home internet devices so I can hog all the bandwidth to give you guys the stream you deserve. All right. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand, Phoenix. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony, and then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face! Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. It's right here, time of death, right there. Okay, not right now, okay. Guys, I'm gonna make a quick request. Chat, whenever we get Mia in the chat, I'd like to request everyone to whip out. Sorry, Mia on the screen. You know, our big-brained attorney. You guys all bust out your moist peckers. Thanks. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Okay, I'm not gonna read through all this again. I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead, quailed in fright, and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, but I couldn't because the phone wasn't working, so I went to a nearby park. And by the way, you wanna know what time it was? It was time to get called out. Objection! Objection! Hold on, I need to do this real quick. My webcam. There, now I can fit my hand in the screen. You sure you found that body at 1 p.m.? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. But there was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain the 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
Thanks, Judge.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
That's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Guys, you know what to do. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always begat more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait! I remember now!
Would you care to give your testimony again?
All right, here we go. The testimony number 2. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body,
I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. All right, this piece of shit. All right, Judge, he heard a voice saying the time. Okay,
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. We've got this one, guys. Testimony number 2. The time of discovery. Well, you see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. All right, so suspicious. So she died 4 to 5. Statue, the thinker. She was in Paris. The time difference between here and Paris could make it so that 4 to 5, where she was right now. Maybe she brought a video from Paris, or maybe something from Paris is the reason. But there was a blackout from noon to 6, so he couldn't have heard a video. He couldn't have heard a video. So I guess I would present it right here. Objection! Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. Huh? You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather, distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Round 3. Let's go, bozo. Try me. Fucking try me. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw the time. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah! The murder weapon! The killer used it to hit the victim! That must have been what I saw. Okay, come on. Come on, table clock. It's not, come on, dude. You're making this too easy.
You're in the time.
Yo, the music's getting even cooler. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. We don't need you. We don't need you. The murder weapon. Okay, so we know the murder weapon was a statue. So. Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Ugh! You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit, and I'm not gonna ask you again. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Are you fucking with me, Judge, dude? Are you shitting me? He's lied to our faces like 4 times and he's sweating his dick off on the ottoman. It's not even what it's called. He's guilty, dude. Do you have any problem with his testimony? Fuck yeah, I have a problem. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You were inside on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove that you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Bam! What a twist, ladies and gentlemen. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind, and that's why you were so certain about the time.
What is the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Yeah, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these meddling lawyers. Yeah.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, no!
Ah!
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Shit, yo. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claimed the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. You have any evidence? Yeah, dude! Yeah, come on! First and foremost, was that testimony not evidence enough? Was his reaction not evidence enough? You know, he still has no reason for why he said 1, other than the fact that the clock says the noise 1, but only when it's touched. Like, it's here. It's all here. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Swit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sound in the clock. Sound the motherfucking clock. You know why? You want to know why he heard 1 p.m.? You'll find out. Let's sound the clock. Now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep.
I think it is 1 o'clock.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is right now?
It's 11:25. Ah!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Swit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Swit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha ha ha! You forgot one thing! Oh no. What's he talking about? While it may seem like this clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, then you don't have a case. Shit. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! I was so close! Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Yeah, right. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Swit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all the same. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Swit. You know what to do, guys. Mia, I mean Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I got it, Mia. I know why. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see if you can pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. My evidence, Your Honor, is the passport from the day before the murder. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, Your Honor. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you hear when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Swit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Yeah! Jesus Christ, no. Oh my God. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Confetti! Woo! We did it! And with that, court is adjourned. Cheers, folks. Me and you and I, we did it. It turns out that Frank Swit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Swit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching the place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Swit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Bashed her skull in. I still can't believe we won! Right! Good job in there! Congratulations! Thanks, Chief! I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Wait. No, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's I'm pretty sure I can't have this. Wasn't this the evidence that actually I made this clock for her? I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. But wait a minute. If he made it, why was the time off? Is it because he's an idiot? Yo, hold on. Hold on. That throws our whole testimony. That throws our whole thing out of there. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that just make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot about you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I, too, am confused. It has to be this statue. That's gotta be it. Oh! Because she brought it to Paris with her. That's why the time is different. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chum to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. Think so? A pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, man. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Guys, first case in the books, it looks like. Oh, yeah. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. And also, hopefully you realize how things change depending how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are innocent or guilty. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you gotta believe in yourself. That was the most anime thing ever. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Hey! Yo, what's going on, Retro? Speedrun this game? It's literally just clicking buttons as fast as possible. And so, my first trial comes to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. She... Oh my god, he's wearing a lawyer. Best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. This is the first time I've been in the same room with a dog that is more handsome than myself. And I even dressed up today. Yeah, you guys should follow Burton on Instagram. You got that Frenchy Burton.
We want to thank you for watching video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like what you see. But even if you don't, I don't care. Still good for me.